Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. The custody battle between Willow and Michael is on. This time it seems like the mom has the hand because of a big win in trial. The trial victory is a big deal for Willow and Michael's custody battle. Willow Kane and Michael Corinthos are going to fight over their kid. Can Willow Kane win this fight after she won in court? There have been a lot of bad things that happened with Willow Kane's case, but it seems like Alexis Davis is going to help her win. Willow Kane will be very happy if the people on the jury say she is not guilty. When Willow Kane is officially said to be not guilty, she can focus on the meeting to talk about seeing her kid. Drew Kane really wants Michael to be in jail by then. He wants Willow to get custody of the kids. If we look at the General Hospital preview spoilers for 2026, it seems like the police will be looking at Michael closely. This is because of all the things that came out in court. Michael said he was else when something happened, but that was not true. This is a problem for Michael, and the police will probably look into it more. After all this, Willow will probably be okay. She may think that things are getting better for her. Drew Kane hopes that Michael will be behind bars and Willow will get to take care of the kids. Michael is really scared that he will lose his children, and this fear is getting worse. If Willow is found not guilty and walks out of the courtroom, she will probably make Michael feel bad and act like she knows something big is going to happen. When the court case is over, Willow will feel a little better. Think that this is just the start of getting her life back to normal, including being a mom to her kids. General Hospital fans will see a side of Willow. She will be more confident and ready to fight Michael for what she wants. She will use everything she can to win this fight against Michael. Willow pulled the trigger. Now she thinks she can get away with it. This makes her think that she can do anything she wants. Even if Michael does not go to prison, the police are still going to suspect him of something. Michael used an escort to tell the police a story. This is not going to help Michael when it comes to taking care of his children. The police are going to be watching him. Willow and Michael are in a lot of trouble because of what they did. Michael is going to have a time keeping his children because of this. The corrupt judge bribery situation could also come to light and become a factor in Willow getting a chance at full custody of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. You can bet Willow will do everything in her power to get her kids back, so Michael will have growing concerns about Amelia and Wiley being stripped away from him. Michael is really upset with what happened in court. He had a bad day. Now Michael Corinthos is ready to tell Willow Kane what is going on. He is also going to yell at Harrison Chase because of what happened with Ezra Boyle in court. Michael is very angry. On January 5th, Alexis Davis asked Ezra a lot of questions in court. She made him tell the truth about what he talked about with Chase at the Brown Dog Bar on election night. Michael knows what really happened. He is not happy about it. He knows the truth about what Ezra and Chase talked about. Michael knows that Chase is the one who found out his alibi was a lie. Chase discovered that Jacinda Bracken was not with Michael the night of the shooting. This means Chase is in trouble. Chase helped Willow by proving that Michael's alibi was false. Now Michael and Chase are going to have problems with each other. The fact that they both live at the Courtroom mansion is going to make things worse between Michael and Chase. Michael and Chase will not get along because of what Chase did to Michael's alibi. Chase and Michael are having a fight. This means Brooklyn Courtroom is stuck in the middle again. She is married to Chase. Michael is her cousin. We think Michael will yell at Chase about what happened with Ezra. Brooklyn Courtroom will have a time deciding who to support. Chase will say that Michael was not honest and that everyone should be able to tell the truth. Chase might also get mad at Dante Falconeri for taking his brother's side. Brooklyn Courtroom loves her husband Chase. She also cares about her cousin Michael. This is a difficult situation for Brooklyn Courtroom. Will Michael say that Chase is obsessed with Willow and that goes against his promise to the badge? He is not wrong. Michael thinks Willow does not need to be saved. Chase thinks she does. Michael will probably tell Willow to be careful because Chase will figure out what she is like. Will Chase get hurt by Willow? It is possible because Willow has done some things lately. Michael and Chase have opinions about Willow. Willow gets to do what she wants. Chase sees her as someone who needs help. Michael will warn Willow that Chase will see the Willow soon. Does Michael know more than he is revealing? Definitely maybe. Chase may indeed live to regret risking his badge and marriage for Willow. All of the chips are coming in and they look to be pointing at Willow as Drew Kane's shooter. Tell us what you think, GH fans. Vengeful Drew is not done yet. Michael is worried about his freedom. Michael thinks that Drew is still very angry. Even though things went well for him in court, you can tell that Drew is really upset. He was so angry and crazy in court that he almost messed up the case for Alexis. The people of Port Charles saw what Drew is like. Willow, the woman who shot Drew, did a job of acting when she was on the stand, so she might be okay. Drew is still being mean because that is what he likes to do. Drew is just mad at everyone, people, like Willow and Michael, and he wants to hurt them. Vengeful Drew is not going to stop being mean soon. Jason and Carly are talking about the trial at the Port Charles Grill. They are really worried about Michael. Then Drew sees them. Says it is their turn to say sorry. Drew thinks Michael will go to jail and not Willow. He wants to see Jason and Carly hurt. I think Drew will cause a problem. Michael is talking to Jacinda about what's going to happen to him. He is worried. Jacinda might leave town. Will she really go? Michael and the people who care about him are worried about what will happen to him. Jason and Carly are still talking about the trial at the Port Charles Grill. They are worried about Michael. Trina and Kai have the answer. Now that Kai and Trina know the person on trial is the one who did the crime, they have to figure out what to do. They can keep quiet. Hope the jury says the person is guilty. They can go to the police. Kai and Trina are scared though. They are worried about what might happen to them because they have not told anyone what they know yet. Will Kai and Trina tell Alexis the truth? They hope Alexis will know what to do with this information about the crime. That would put Alexis in a tough spot because Scout is always on her mind. Alexis has another problem. That is, Alexis might have to make a choice soon. She has to decide whether to give up her case and not be able to see Scout, which would mean a person who hurts children or someone who tried to hurt someone could take care of her granddaughter. Before Alexis can think about that, she has to deal with Tracy. Tracy is still upset because she got tricked in court. Alexis tells Tracy that she got fooled and there is nothing Tracy can do about it. However, Tracy wants to know who tipped off Alexis to the truth. If only Alexis knew. Willow Tate is in a better position in her very tough fight with Michael Corinthos over who gets to take care of the kids. The court has made a decision that really helps Willow Tate, and this has caused a lot of surprise and change in Port Charles. People are now on sides and old arguments are starting up again. The biggest question is what will happen to the kids. The fight between Willow Tate and Michael Corinthos is getting more intense. It is not clear what the future holds for their children. Willow Tate and Michael Corinthos are still figuring out what this means for them and their kids. What started as a seemingly okay plan for Michael and the other parent to work together has now turned into a huge fight with lawyers and a lot of emotions. This is all because of a decision that was made in court. This decision showed that Michael is not as strong as he seemed. It also made people wonder if he can really give Willow the loving home that he said he would. Willow is now doing better than people thought she would. The court decision made people question Michael's ability to take care of Willow. Michael had promised to give Willow a stable and nurturing home. Now people are not so sure about that. For months people watched Michael get ready for court. He had a lot of money and important connections like his family, the Corinthos. Everyone thought that his wealth would help him get what he wanted, which was to take care of the kids. Things did not go as planned. On the show General Hospital, having a lot of money and power does not always mean you win. What really matters is what is true, how people feel, and the love between a mother and her children. When Willow went to court, she did not just win the case, she really won it. The love between a mama and her kids is very strong. Michael had a lot of money. That was not enough to beat the bond between Willow and her children. The truth and people's feelings were more important than Michael's wealth and the Corinthos heritage. This was a win for Willow. It showed that she is a person and a good mom to her kids. She always puts her kids first even when things are not going well for her. The judge said that Willow is a peaceful person. She is very emotional. She always thinks about what is best for her kids. The judge also said some things about Michael that were not very nice. Michael has been having some problems with his business and his family. He also has some connections to the Corinthos company. The judge was wondering if Michael is really putting his kids first. Willow is a mom and she loves her kids very much. She will do anything to make them happy and safe. The judge's decision was a deal for Willow and her kids. Though Michael entered the courtroom awaiting a straightforward palm, the proceedings snappily took a dramatic turn when evidence revealed how frequently he'd been absent due to commercial heads, mob-related pressures, and his ongoing struggle to separate family life from the dangerous world he was raised in. Willow, on the other hand, was painted as the emotional anchor in her children's lives, the steady force who showed up to academy events, croaker. There are things that can be moved and bedtime routines. It is true that while she was dealing with her own health problems and some particular challenges, the courtroom felt really tense because people were saying that Willow was able to adjust to things, that she had grown emotionally since she got married to Michael, and that she was trying hard to keep her kids from all the craziness. At the time, Michael's defense team was trying to fight the idea that his life was just too unpredictable for young and impressionable kids like his. When the judge finally made a decision and gave Willow rights to take care of the kids, people in the courtroom were really surprised. It was almost as surprising as how people over Port Charles were reacting. For Willow, this was a feeling. She was happy that she won the case, but she was also sad because it made things worse with the man she used to love and trust. Willow had to think about what she wanted, and now she has more control over the kids, but she lost the man she loved. Willow. Her eyes filled with tears as the decision was read, not just because she had won, because the whole thing reminded her of how far her life had drifted from the dreams she used to share with Michael. She thought about the life she wanted with Michael. Meanwhile, Michael was really shocked. The confident Michael, who used to think the system would favor him, now stood there looking defeated. He had to face the fact that being a provider does not automatically make someone the better parent. The decision was a blow to Michael. The ruling brought back worries for Michael, especially his lifelong struggle to step out of sunny Corinthos' shadow and prove that he could make a different kind of heritage. One that is about being stable instead of always fighting. The court made it clear that Willow's strong personality and emotional presence meant more than Michael's money. When people found out about the verdict, they had a lot to say about it from over Port Charles. Michael was still trying to prove himself, and this ruling was a setback for Michael. The people of Port Charles were talking about Michael and the ruling and what it meant for Michael's future. Carly was very devoted to her son. She was really angry. She thought the judge did not understand how much Michael loved his kids and that he thought Willow could handle being a parent better than she actually could. Carly promised Michael that she would help him fight this decision. She said that the fight over who would take care of the kids was not yet. Sonny seemed to be on Michael's side. Deep down, he was still upset. He knew that the judge's decision was because of the dangerous life their family led, which was something he had tried to ignore for a long time. Michael and his family were going to have to deal with the consequences of their actions. Carly was going to help Michael make sure that the kids were with him because she believed that was what was best for them. The fight over the kids was going to continue. Carly was going to be right there, with Michael fighting for what she thought was right. Nina, Willow's mama, felt happy and proud when she saw this happen to Willow. It was about time someone noticed how strong Willow is. At the same time, Nina was worried that it would bring back old fights between her and her son. People like Sasha and Elizabeth were very supportive of Willow. They told her that she deserved this because she had been through a lot. Willow had dealt with being sick, people being mean to her, and a lot of sadness. The palm also came with new challenges as Michael made it clear that he had no intention of backing down. Michael was determined to reclaim what he believed was his part as the parent of the kids. Michael began to look at every option that was available to him. This included prayers, new substantiation, and negotiations that could change the guardianship arrangement of the kids again. Michael wanted to make sure that the guardianship arrangement of the kids was changed to what he thought was fair for the kids and for him, as the parent. The Corinthos family is really frustrated. It is not just because they lost in court. It is because they lost control. The Corinthos family has never handled losing control well. The fight over who takes care of the kids has become more than a legal problem. It is an emotional fight that shows how much pressure they are under, how much trust has been broken, and how differently they think about what is best for their kids. The Corinthos family is dealing with a lot of stress. They do not agree on what to do. The Corinthos family has ideas about what is good for their children. Willow has the hand now, and that has changed everything. This means Michael has to deal with what he did and think about what's really important to him. He has to figure out how to balance what he wants his family being a parent and taking care of his mom. At the time, Willow has a lot of pressure on her because people think she is the better parent. Being the parent is a big job and everyone is always watching what she does. Willow has to be very responsible all the time. Every decision she makes. From where the kids go to school to who she allows into their lives, will now be picked apart, judged, and potentially used against her in legal battles. The emotional risk is very real, especially as Willow continues to heal from trauma and rebuild her sense of self outside of her marriage to Michael. The guardianship ruling has also started conversations in Port Charles about what truly defines a good parent. What is it that people really want? Is it having a lot of money, being well known, and having control over things? Is it being able to feel things deeply, having a lot of love to give, and being able to make a safe and happy home for the people they care about? The court made a decision that says the second option is what really matters. This decision is not just important for Michael. For every parent who is watching to see what happens. To be honest, it is unlikely that things will stay calm for long. The court's decision is a deal, and it says that emotional presence, being able to make people feel safe and loved, is what is really important. There are rumors going around that we might find out some information. This new information could be about Michael's business dealings or Willow's personal connections. It is also possible that we will learn some things about the Corinthos family's past. If we do find out these things, it could change the case all over again. The Corinthos family's history could have some secrets that will shock us. We might find out something that will make us think about the case in a new way. The case could change direction more because of what we learn about Michael's business dealings or the Corinthos family's history. The guardianship battle has come to a point with emotional problems that will affect not only Willow and Michael but also their big families, friends, and their kids, who are suffering in a fight they did not want. The guardianship battle is very sad for Willow and Michael and their kids, who are really hurt by this situation. The kids are the ones who are really suffering in this fight between Willow and Michael. It is not fair to them. The drama is getting really bad. People are wondering if this is the moment when Willow will finally become the strong woman and mother she is supposed to be. Is this just a quiet time before something even worse happens? Michael really wants to win. Carly is trying to help him. Sonny has a lot of power because of his family, and the people of Port Charles are always changing their minds. All of these things mean that the fight over who gets to take care of the kid is not going to be anytime soon. The people of Port Charles and the guardianship battle for Willow are going to have to deal with a lot drama. Willow and the guardianship battle will keep going on for a time. Willow is in a place right now. She is strong. People are listening to her. The court has said that she is a mama, and that is important to her. The big question is if this will finally give her some peace. Will it just make the hurt she feels from what happened with the person she loved even worse? Willow went through a lot because what started as love ended up in court. One thing is certain: General Hospital has formally again proven that when it comes to love, family, and guardianship battles, nothing is ever simple, and the drama is always just getting started. The decision from the judge is eventually out. Willow knows this is just the morning of a really tough time. She has to take care of her kiddies every day and make sure they're okay after what happened with their parents. Willow wants to give her children a lot of love and make them feel safe and secure. This isn't going to be easy for Willow. Michael is. He's not giving up. Michael is getting ready for what he'll do because Michael wants to be a big part of his children's lives again and feel like he is in control of effects. With important abettors, undetermined passions, and deep family commitment in play, the custodianship battle promises indeed more shocking twists, heartbreak, and courtroom drama ahead in Port Charles.